What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys, and I'm back. And guys, I'm here, and I'm happy to be here. The live stream was awesome. Appreciate y'all for that last night, man. So today, I want to discuss training, preferably physical training in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, because one of my subscribers has been talking about it, and he's been extremely active. So I owe it to him, as well as some other people, to discuss it. So let's roll the intro and let's get into the video. All right, guys. So yes, we have let's go to new content city. We got Xenoverse 2 playing in the background. I really wanted to do this to kind of test how the game would, how the recording and stuff would respond to me playing the game and recording and stuff like that. So that's why I have this here, and you can see my character, Draco. This saying, I hadn't played this game in a while, y'all. But another reason why I'm playing this game is because that's my son's character. I don't know. Another reason why I'm playing this game is because I want to show y'all, for those of y'all who are talking about fighting on the ground, just how much, let's go to single lobby, just how much you don't actually get to fight on the ground in this game. And so nobody complained about it in Xenoverse, so why are you complaining about it in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot? But guys, like I said, for today, talking about training. So we know that the training for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is mostly set up for you to, the training grounds is set up for you to unlock your special skills, your super attacks and stuff like that, and level them up as well. Now, the training icon, if you go and look at the Vegeta Badman gameplay, you will see that they have a training icon that looks like this. It's an arm flex. Actually, no, it's not. That's for the training grounds. What am I talking about? The one for Vegeta at Capsule Corp, it's a symbol of a weight. It looks like a weight. That's what it looks like. And this is weird. It's weird trying to play this and talk at the same time. But anyway, it looks like a weight, and it's interesting because we don't know details about that in particular. I know for a fact it is different. It's different than the regular training. I mean, why would they have that in place when you could simply just do the training grounds? And that's also where you have access to bond use training. So apparently in Capsule Corp, there's going to be another type of training to where you can actually train against certain people. And I think that's really cool. Now, what a couple of subscribers have been talking about is being able to train on the ground, not on the ground, train like doing push-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that. And I'm just going here so I can actually look up his exact question and read it word for word. He said, anyway, here's a question of mine that I'll ask in the live stream. He didn't able to make it, but he did get in there. He said, so I'm kind of annoying when I always mention physical training in a lot of comments, but here's some questions. From 1 to 10, how much would you want to see an actual training mode like that in the game? And I'm gonna say a 10. Like, because we've seen, how many scenes have we seen where Goku and Vegeta are, you know, in the training room, and Vegeta's doing backflips and all that kind of stuff, and then Goku's sitting there training, you know, doing push-ups, one finger Bruce Lee style push-ups and stuff like that. And look at Android 21. Why didn't they put her transformation in the game? I gotta give my boy Vegeta though. But you know, we get to see that kind of stuff, and it's interesting whenever we see that, because you know, I've always wondered, would that be represented in the game? And so on a scale of 1 to 10, my guy, I would definitely say a 10. I would love to see that in the game. And I'm going to get to why, or I'm going to get to that here in a second. He said, would you like it? How exactly would you implement it if you were a CC2 developer? So how would I implement that is very difficult to say, because first of all, do I think that it'll be in the game? with them being as detailed as they are, it's hard pressed to kind of say, no, it wouldn't be in the game. Because you really just don't know at this point. You know what I'm saying? I really wish that it was in the game, because if it's in the game, then like, what are the details about it? You see what I'm saying? I think that Bulma's training room, like where the training grounds, you're able to level up your super attacks. I think in Bulma's training room, it's more or less you getting to earn XP. Like, I think that that would be really dope if they did that. Now, as far as like Goku going to Namek and stuff like that, I think that that's push-up based, you know, that kind of training and stuff like that. If we were able to do that, it would be a once in that type of story mission kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? Now, how I would implement that if I was a CC2 developer, I would make it so that you can, I would make it so, like, first of all, that you would be able to do push-ups. Okay, so you could set the level of gravity for the particular mission, and then you would have a series of like quick time events based off of what you're doing. So if you're doing push-ups, then maybe you could do something where you either have to spin the analog or tap buttons. I would say tap buttons more than spinning analog, because eventually our analog sticks will be worn very thin. We have to get new controllers. So I would say tap buttons. Also, you could implement it in a way of a quick time event where you have certain button combinations and you have a time limit in which you have to push those buttons depending on the difficulty of like the gravity level and stuff like that. And of course, the higher the gravity level, then the higher you're able to get more XP and stuff like that. Also, like in Vegeta's training, how he did, you know, he had the little drones flying around shooting key blasts and stuff like that. They could definitely put that in the game as well. Where, I mean, and honestly, guys, that's already kind of in the game when you think about it, because you have actually those little drones that you can actually fight against, that some of them give health back to the enemy, and some of them do that lock on target with the laser and stuff like that. You can actually implement that as well. So that is actually in the game, and I think that's really dope. Like, it's already kind of implemented, so they can easily implement that into the training. So he says after that, do you think a training mode that lets you perform push-ups, sit-ups, etc. through some mini games would be beneficial for the game? Yes, I really do think that would be beneficial for the game, because anything like that would break up the monotony of kind of doing the same thing over and over. So something like that would definitely be beneficial in the game. And I would love to see it myself. Like, I think that it would be dope. So he says, and could it enhance even more the Goku experience, in quotes? I'm not going to say enhance the Goku experience per se, because the training room was mostly used by Vegeta. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that if we could all go there, and then it also opens up the question of, okay, if we can do that, then what about the hyperbolic time chamber? Also, what would be the requirements for using Bulma's training room? Because it says in the pre-order stuff that it's basically for when we get Banyu, it's her training mode and stuff like that. So, you know, why is it that she's available there, but whenever you go to the training grounds, they're not so much available? It's more or less you just get to fight. It's preset missions and stuff. But apparently the way that they talk about the one in Capsule Corp is you'll get to actually select who you fight and stuff like that. So that is going to be very interesting to find out. That's how I know that the one in Capsule Corp is going to be different than the one in than the training grounds that are just present all across the area. Now, another thing about that is that it has a different logo for one. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big giveaway right there, that it's something different. Also, you actually have to discover that in game. So reading on what he says here, if a physical training mode were 100% present in the actual game, how would you want it to actually work out? And I've already described that. Should training grounds have different stat boosts and rewards? So training grounds, like I said, the purpose of training grounds is to give you a sense of learning. It's for you to learn super attacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are set missions with set rewards and stuff like that. It's not in the sense of, oh, I just want to go practice and train. I think that's more or less what Capsule Corp is for. Now, how accessible would that be? So, for example, when you're on Namek, you're not going to be able to go back to Earth. You see what I'm saying? People think that, well, I unlock Earth, I should be able to go back to Earth. From my understanding, you won't be able to. You're kind of locked in that particular mission. Now, what's interesting is after you beat the game, will we be able to go anywhere? And if that's the case, then that's that. Now, listen here. This is also an interesting concept. So you have the Capsule Corp room for Vegeta. Goku is going to be able to use not Ultra Instinct, Instant Transmission to be able to go to Namek and King Kai's planet. So where Vegeta has the Capsule Corp for his training, you know, his different style of training, it'll be interesting if they make it to where we could go to King Kai's planet with Goku and do that same kind of training, because guys, that's where Goku always went to train. He didn't go into the gravity room and stuff like that. He always went into the King Kai's planet. So that's very interesting as well. Should training grounds have different stat boosts and rewards? As an example, you get better rewards, increase more battle power, gain better stat boosts, etc. by physically training in the gravity chamber compared to the normal basic training ground. So once again, like in the normal basic training ground, I don't recall them giving experience upon completing it. You could, I just don't remember seeing it. I'd have to go back and look. So that's it with that. But with the bonus training, like if they do implement a push-up style training, which I don't, like I said, I don't think they will. I think it'll be just more or less almost like a practice simulator kind of thing, where you could just kind of fight against the enemies, learn their techniques and stuff like that, so that you're better able to perform against them in battle. You know, I believe that it'll just reward experience or maybe some Z orbs or something like that. And that was it, man. So that was his main question and stuff like that. But you know, and like I said, I feel like it'll be different. But as far as doing push-ups and stuff like that, I don't think that it's gonna be in the game. I think that, like I said, it's just going to be in the game in the sense of you're just able to fight against them. Now, would it be cool if you could do push-ups and stuff like that, sit-ups? Yeah, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, how much time are you really going to spend doing those things? Because Goku would do push-ups in the amount of the thousands. You see what I'm saying? So are you really going to sit there and do that? Like, I understand it's a breath of fresh air from the normal training grounds, but even by them implementing it, which you've been able to practice against other enemies that you've already faced and stuff like that, that's already something different. And in a sense, it becomes sort of like the practice mode of the game in a sense, which a lot of people would be happy to see. So that's one of those things, man, we just have to wait till the game comes out and see, because they haven't talked about that. And so I'm interested to see how that's going to play out as well. But if you ask me, do I think they'll do it with the push-up style? I don't think that they will. But if you ask me, do I believe, I just believe that you'll be able to fight against them. Now, my question is, what is the reward? Is it going to be XP? Are you going to earn D medals? Are you going to earn Z orbs? There has to be some kind of trade-off for doing it, because what I don't want it to be is simply just like this. I don't want the training room, like if I'm in a hyperbolic time chamber in the game, I don't want it to be just like this, where all I'm doing is fighting. I'm getting no benefit from my character. I want there to be a benefit from the character. However, I kind of feel like it's going to be just like this right here, where the sense of it, the aim of it is for you to learn your enemy's movements and attacks and stuff like that, for training purposes. You see what I'm saying? So that when you get into the main game, you're better able to fight and you're more prepared. You can also try out different combinations of attacks and things like that as well. So that's what I feel like it's going to be. Now, guys, I'm on the ground right now. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the CPU to fight me. I'm just going to put it on normal. All right. And I want y'all to pay attention to how long we're on the ground. Look at that. We're already in the air. Let's restart. Look at that. Look at that. In the air. Oh my gosh. How fast was that? How long did that battle stay on the ground? Let's restart. I'm going to try to stay on the ground. Oh man, Broly, you doing it, boy. Ooh, give him that keyword, baby. Oh no. He didn't even have his head held all the way. I'm still on the ground. So, y'all. You didn't even hit him. Now he in the air. Look at him. See that, guys? That proves my point, man. That you, like, even in Xenoverse, dude, you can't be on the ground at all times. But that's a very good question that I did like that, and I do want more depth as far as training, guys. But I did want to play this as well. If y'all want to see like me doing the videos with gameplay in the background, even if it's not Kakarot for right now, let me know down in the comment section down below. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next time, peace.